Well, all new tonight, 7 is on your side, helping you gauge the coronavirus risk to your family from just doing common activities. Earlier this month, we shared this graphic with you on Facebook. You can see it kind of looks like a wheel there, right? Well, tonight, ABC 7 senior investigative reporter Lisa Fletcher is taking it a step further. She went right to an infectious disease expert who rates the risk of some of the most popular activities in the DMV.
It can make your head hurt trying to make life resemble normal while also keeping it safe. Infectious disease specialist Dr. Eleanor Wilson let me quiz her so we can all make more informed decisions.
A picnic with friends at a park.
Probably medium. So if they're not people that you've been quarantining with, if they're people that you're seeing for the first time in kind of a while, then wearing masks, trying to stay 6 feet away from people. But being outside, we know in general is pretty safe.
Risk level for going out for dinner and drinks inside or outside?
Inside, I think it's high. Even in restaurants where they're trying to do social distancing, it's just hard and air is circulating. Outside, I think the risk is really medium.
A hotel stay? Low risk. Haircut? Medium. And if a relaxing massage is on your list?
Medium to high range, because you can't give somebody a massage from 6 feet away.
Wilson says if you do get a massage, wear your mask the entire time. Public pools are bringing welcome relief, but how safe are they?
I think the risk there is probably low to medium. My kids really want to get out there and splash, and so then there's water flying and, people are laughing. It's really not about whether you're close to the water or away from the water or touching certain things. It's more about how close you are to other people.
Running, hiking, and cycling? Low risk. Museums?
And so I don't think you're at risk from the art. You're at risk from the other people. So if everybody's kind of clamoring in to get close to really see the brushstrokes, then you're at fairly high risk.
Bottom line, says Wilson, wear your mask, stay 6 feet apart, and use common sense. And when you're breaking down the risk for other things, think about a traffic light. Red light if it's an indoor space with little to no social distancing and not really good outdoor air circulating in. Yellow if it's limited social distancing or you're with people that you haven't seen for a while. And for that jog in the park, that's a green light. For the risks associated with other activities, head to our website, wjla.tv, where we break it all down for you.
Well, covering Prince George's County now, Jonathan, there's a major crackdown on weekend pool parties like this one right here in Upper Marlboro. Hundreds of people have been attending these without masks despite social distancing orders during the pandemic. Maryland Bureau Chief Brad Bell is on this story. And Brad, what did the county executive say about this today?
Yeah, you know what? She said it's absolutely dangerous and reckless for people to attend those parties. She held a press conference today to address a number of things. Numbers are up in Prince George's County, not dramatically, but they have gone up. And she is concerned, not rolling back any phased openings, but she says these parties must stop. The videos and photos have been making a splash on social media for days now. A weekend pool party at the Broadwater Estates venue in Upper Marlboro. Hundreds of people crowded together, very few wearing masks, a potential super spreader event. Now, Prince George's County Executive Angela Also Brooks has a message for the partiers.
It defies common sense and good judgment to host parties with hundreds of people. It's so irresponsible and so reckless and dangerous.
According to neighbors and online promotions, the parties have been going on all summer at the property belonging to former state senator and bail bondsman Tommy Broadwater. Also, Brooks says police have been monitoring and have dispersed crowds, but have been reluctant to crack down.
In this day and time when everybody has a camera phone, you can imagine the peril that we put our officers in. We ask them to show up. We want them to enforce, but they show up, they are abused, cursed at, and treated horribly.
Now, she says she's gone the regulatory route. 7 on Your Side's camera, the only one to capture the scene today, as code enforcers entered the Broadwater property to post signs that the venue is now officially shut down.
This particular venue can't operate with 10 people. It's done because it has not complied with our orders.
County Health Officer Ernest Carter citing rising case and hospital numbers in Prince George's County, along with stats which show parties contributing to the spread, pleading with residents.
We must stay vigilant about avoiding crowds, staying 6 feet apart, and wearing a mask.
Now, I've been trying to get a hold of Mr. Broadwater as well as the promoters of the parties who rent the facility. I've been trying to call them all afternoon. So far, have not been able to reach them. No comment from them. In Upper Marlboro, Brad Bell, ABC 7 News.
We all understand that this school year will require flexibility from everyone. And with that in mind, we are moving forward with an all-virtual start to the school year for students.
A decision for D.C. schools. Students will be starting the year online, joining most of the other school districts with distance learning plans now in place. And you see those districts, we put them in red on this map for you. It is a dilemma that all schools are struggling with during this coronavirus pandemic.
And it's also a real struggle for parents, and it isn't clear when children will be back in their actual classrooms. ABC 7 DC Bureau Chief Sam Ford joins us live with all the back-to-school details today. Sam?
Allison, indeed, you are correct. It is anybody's guess as to when classrooms will resume. Back in March when this started, who would have believed that in midsummer we would be in this position, but that is it. And today, D.C. announced an all virtual school year as the new school year will start August 31st.
What's the biggest number?
At one point, D.C. officials talked about 2 days in person, 3 days virtual learning. But after negative reactions from parents,
and I would keep them home anyway,
and the teachers union members protesting about their fears about potential health effects, today the mayor announced that the D.C. public schools will be all virtual at least through November 6th.
We want to work with our workforce. We want to make sure that parents have confidence.
Chancellor Louis Farabee insists DCPS has all the necessary technology for instruction.
We expect all of our students to be engaged every day.
And it seems that most, if not all, of the charter schools that educate about half of DC's public school students will follow DCPS's lead, even some who'd planned in-person learning.
Once we engaged and heard from our families, we knew that we needed to make some adjustments and be prepared to be more virtual to support our families and be responsive to the health conditions.
Charnay Rhodes has 1 child in public, 2 in charters.
I wouldn't like to go against, what was being said, but I just wouldn't. I would need to make sure my children are safe 100% more so than anything. So I totally agree with the online.
And the question was asked today, what about school lunch? Well, schools like Eastern High School here have provided free lunch every day for people to just come by and pick them up, and that will continue.
ABC 7 and our parent company are teaming up with the Red Cross for the Sinclair Cares Roll Up Your Sleeves campaign, and it's all about filling that desperate need for donations. Well, Good Morning Washington's Kristen Powers is live in Fairfax, who is, by the way, a veteran at giving blood. Not today, though. Don't think that's going to happen. Hey, Kristen.
Not today, though, but Robert, today's the day of commitment. We're trying to get people to sign up and donate, and from firsthand experience, it's very easy. So all you have to do is sign up, come here, you get some snacks, it's great. But joining me now, Jody, you're with the American Red Cross. Talk about this need right now that we're seeing during this pandemic.
Well, the Red Cross has seen the demand for convalescent plasma more than double over the last month. So we are spending it out faster than we're getting the donations in. So we need the donations now. There's an urgent need for the convalescent plasma right now.
And there's a need for plasma, there's a need for whole blood. For the plasma, talk quickly, what's that process like?
So how we look at it is that if someone's had the coronavirus fully recovered for more than 14 days, showing no symptoms, had a positive test and then a negative test, they carry the antibodies that could be helping someone who is currently fighting the virus.
All right, and we're going over the man of the hour, Art Shaw. I've been waiting to talk to you since I saw you last time when I donated. You have donated, you're 64 years old, you've donated 40 gallons, more than 300 units. Just why do you keep coming back? This is amazing. You're such a great example.
Well, it's just an easy way to do it. It's something that you can do for free. It all takes us time. I do donate financially to the Red Cross, but I don't have unlimited funds. I have unlimited platelets and blood to give. So it's just something that I think is good to do.
And how many lives? One unit, they estimate, saves about 3 lives. How many lives have you possibly saved?
So my 321 units would equal almost about 1,000 lives.
Almost 1,000 lives that
Yeah.
you have possibly saved.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're
What
welcome.
an amazing example. I was saying we should have a sound effects of people clapping because this is what we want you to do. Sign up. We made it easy for you. Go to wjla.com/cares. You can find a time at the American Red Cross. Come and donate. They're taking precautions. You have to wear a mask. They're social distancing. So it's very safe to come and donate here. But wjla.com/cares. Roll up your sleeves, guys, and donate. You can find everything right on our website.
For years, a Temple Hills woman says her apartment has been backing up and flooding with sewage. Ugh, yuck. And like anybody, she says that she complained to her managers.
Can you imagine that? And they would check it out, and then it would happen again, and it would happen again. So that's when she finally got frustrated to the point where she reached out to 7 on Your Side's Justin Hinton to get help and answers.
7 on Your Side first paid a visit to Hinton Creek Apartments in Temple Hills on July 22nd and found this at Kathy Stewart's apartment. Ripped up carpet and all of her belongings compiled into a couple of groups, forcing her to move into another unit. The senior property manager initially pointing to flooding from recent rain that affected a number of units.
They realized the severity of the sewage problem.
Stewart showed 7 on Your Side years of filed maintenance requests, years of them marked complete, and pictures showing just how bad it's gotten. According to a timeline of events documented by the Prince George's County Housing Authority, Stewart indicated it was an ongoing issue, but hadn't reported it previously because the landlord promised to make the repairs.
I actually felt like I was sitting at the gates of hell with no hope in sight until Channel 7 came along.
7 on Your Side started making phone calls, emailing the folks responsible. We were told by property management the work would be completed by the end of the next day. This is how it looks now, though she can't yet move in because an inspector hasn't given it the all clear. Stewart, however, isn't too excited to go back.
After 3 weeks, I feel like a brand new person. My head is clear, my skin is clear, I have no runny nose. I mean, and the list goes on and on and on. I don't think it's a coincidence.
And on top of all of that, when she returned to the apartment for the first time, she found something unexpected. This warning for her potential eviction since she hadn't paid July's rent, though she has this email from management saying she doesn't have to. In Temple Hills, Justin Hinton, ABC 7 News.